Good morning, beautiful people of this world. We have here near the ocean, and today finally some sun is coming out because these days it's been raining like for almost for like 2 weeks and a half here in Trusaida Island, and finally the sun is coming out. I'm so blessed to get the sun in my face. Beautiful. And, I love being here in nature. Smell because the ocean here in the Azores, the water here is very salty, so it's very pure. It's like very clean. So amazing. I love being here near this beautiful water. And lately, I've been reading a lot. I love reading on how to discipline your mind. And one technique, which is the one I find most powerful, is mindfulness. Mindfulness. Being mindfulness. Being mindfulness meaning being in the present moment, having attention to the present moment, whatever it's happening, actually paying attention to the thoughts that we're having at the moment without judging them. That's mindfulness. I love mindfulness. I love it. And this technique of it can really help us relax and be in peace, being in harmony with the universe and with life. Because nowadays we rush everywhere, trying to get somewhere, nowhere fast. It's like we want to do stuff so fast. And the thing, what happens is our minds of this era is not ready for this speed that we're going into. One thing I read in this book, which I find very interesting, is that 400 million years ago, we have this part of our brain which we created 400 million years ago. And this part of the brain, it's the part that when it sees a threat, like back then when we see, like, let's say an animal, we see a threat, what happens is these dopamines in our mind, we create these dopamines, like alert dopamines. So this happens for we humans to take care of the situation. But when an animal goes away or we take care of it, what happens is this dopamine goes back to normal, back in the day. So we still have this present nowadays in our minds. So what happened is, since we're having so many things going on, we're creating so much dopamine, and what happens is that dopamine, it's actually staying, it's not coming back. So that's why there's a lot of depression, there's a lot of stress, anxiety nowadays. It's because so much stuff happening, and the dopamine is coming up and it's not going down, because let's say we have a thought, a fear thought, and this thought keeps going and going and going. Back then we used to have that fear thought, and then it would go back to normal. Part of our minds were created a long time ago, the back of our mind, and the front of our mind, which is the conscious mind, were created on the recent years. It's very important actually to know that our mind is not prepared for today's expectations. Like, for instance, if you're like, I mean, you watch TV, you just receiving information and it's triggering your emotions, and many times our brain just it's like it's not prepared to. It wants to sometimes like relax, but it cannot, because our we have an alert system which we created, like I said, long time ago, like 400 million years ago. And this alert system, it's made to spot like a threat. And what happens is we set this alarm in our brain nowadays too many times. And what happens is we get fatigued, like we get stressed and all these kind of stuff. So mindfulness, it's something so powerful. Actually, it's like meditation, and all these techniques are the future, because are what people are gonna go and search for, because it's the answer to the problem that we're facing, which is extremely loads of information, and we're not prepared for this alarm system that we have long time ago, that we still have in our brain. It's not prepared to go off and all these so many times a day. It's not meant to work that way. Back in the day, these alarm systems would let's say, okay, for example, let me give you an example of this alarm system that we have in our brains. It's like back in the days when humans, like millions of years ago, when a human was searching for food, for like, let's say, fruit. After okay, they were searching for fruit, they found it, and then after that, what happens is they eat it, and this dopamine chemical sits in the brain, alarms the brain, saying, okay, now you need to find a strategy to find more fruits or more food. So this alarm system turns on, and then this dopamine stays there until like, so we can find the next food. That's how the alarm system goes on. The brain have this, it's millions of years was programmed to hit us and make us search for more food or for more shelter. So nowadays, this alarm system that we have, it's turning on like so many times during the day, and it stays on, but not just for one thing, just like our thoughts. We think so much, so fast, that we actually have this syndrome, which is the syndrome of high-speed thinking, which is very, 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 very dangerous. I'm actually translating some of this to English, because I read in Portuguese. I also like to read in English, but this book I'm reading is in Portuguese. It's called, one of the titles, the subtitle, it's called Discipline Your Mind. It's very important nowadays to take care of our mind, because nowadays we don't have a manual to know how to function with our mind. And believe me, if you don't know how to discipline your mind, you're gonna suffer so much, because you're gonna be in pain many times, because you're gonna have so many thoughts, and your mind is gonna be so tired of thinking of stuff that doesn't even matter at all. Like, because a long time ago we make we have this system that alarm goes off in our brain. It's like a big problem going on in our brain. But if you see it from another perspective, which is from the perspective of mindfulness, the problem, it's actually very small, so small that it's like almost it's like almost it doesn't exist at all. It's just, if you see it from another perspective, we have so many thoughts, and we give so much attention to them, and we just have to, because our mind is programmed a million years to do this. It's like when we are born, we already have this in our minds, because we've been getting this from a million years ago from our ancestors. So yeah, it's incredible, the importance that our brain and mind has over our daily lives. And mindfulness, with full attention on the now or right now. Like if you're thinking a thought coming to your brain, if you actually give attention to it, you can see the problem from another perspective because you give it full attention to it. So it's beautiful. Mindfulness, I love it. Yeah, and I'm here in this beautiful place. I love this. I love being in ocean. It's so beautiful. I love this life. Life is amazing. I'm so grateful to be alive, to be able to just be here and witness this beautiful place. I love this. Love it. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful day. Don't forget how awesome you are. You are one of a kind. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next video.